All right, I will start today's session and slowly people can join in. My name is Aranya Kemi. I have secured All India rank 836 in Civil Services exams 2024. Today, I'll be sharing my journey with you, sharing my bits and pieces of advice for you all, so that आपकी जर्नी आपकी प्रेपरेशन थोड़ी और एफिशिएंट हो जाए एंड इसको एक राइट डायरेक्शन देने में मैं कुछ हेल्प कर पाऊँ. I will be starting with a little bit about myself. Then I'll be discussing 6-7 important things like your basic preparation, prelims, mains, interview, answer writing, and your optional, what current affair, जो भी important areas होते हैं that normally people have questions about. And after that, if there is something left, you guys are free to put in your questions, and I will be very, very happy to answer. So, a little bit about myself. I am Aranya. I belong to Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, but I have lived in Punjab and Chandigarh all my life due to my parents' nature of job. And that is where I've done most of my schooling from. And then I've graduated from IIT Delhi in the field of chemical engineering in 2023. And then in 2024 itself, I have cleared this exam, and I've been blessed enough to join one of the most prestigious services in India, because just last month I got my service allocation and I have been allocated Indian Police Services, which I for and the training I'll be joining very soon. To begin this interaction, I want to start with how I have done how I have gotten into UPSC and what my journey has been like. I was clear from the very beginning that this is what I want to do. I was 10 or 11 years old and I knew that this is going to be my future. So my orientation, my direction has always been very clear. And because of that, I started preparing in college itself. And whenever I had time over the weekends or during vacations, I have put in all my time for UPSC. And that is the reason that after putting 1 year of dedicated effort, I was able to clear it. This was my second attempt. The first one, I was not very well prepared, so I did not clear my prelims because I had just graduated. But then 1 year of dedicated prep, I was able to do this. And this happened because I was preparing for it from the very beginning. And uh, yes, so I'll start with the important areas about which most of the people have doubts. I think when you begin your preparation, आपको कम से कम एक पूरा साल अपने जीएस और अपने ऑप्शनल के बेसिक्स क्लियर करने के लिए देना पड़ेगा. If you join any foundation course or even if you are self studying, that should be the minimum amount of time it requires. So, whenever you are beginning your preparation, please focus on your basics. Everybody asks people who have cleared the exam that what is one mistake you did, and even though it is hard to admit, I would always suggest you to focus on your basics, because your basic polity, economy, these are these areas which will make your mains answers and your prelims preparation very strong. So focus on prelims, focus on your basics very, 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 very well. After you have covered your 1 year of general studies, then you need to shift your focus towards mains answer writing. Usually, what happens is that people graduate in May or June. So I suggest that you join somewhere who can teach you basic GS courses. There are many coachings also available, online, offline, whatever is comfortable with you. And it will take at least 1 year for you to complete this syllabus as well as your optional syllabus. You do it very dedicatedly. You make sure that you understand everything very, very well. And after that, you are able to form basic answers, not very good, but at least basic answers you are able to form. And I think that practice even your teachers will tell you to do. After you have done this 1 year exercise, from June onwards, I suggest everybody to shift to mains answer writing first. This I'd suggest because between your prelims and your mains, you will have only 2 months, right? So that is not enough time to prepare for mains. So you need to prepare your mains beforehand only. So spend 6 months, जून से लेकर आप दिसंबर तक 6 महीने जो हैं कंप्लीटली मेंस के ऊपर दीजिए, एंड देन आप प्रीलिम्स पे शिफ्ट करिए. So that is what I did when I moved out of my college. I had done my GS coachings by then, and I gave full 6 months to mains. Join any good mains answer writing program and find a good mentor there who will handhold you while you are writing these answers. Because if you understand the basic syllabus, you will be able to form basic answers. What will get your name in the list is that half mark in every question, that 20 mark increment in one paper, that will make the difference between whether you are getting selected or not. So you have to spend a lot of time on answer writing, and वो तभी होगा if you are writing your test every week. Whatever means programs you have joined, write a test every week, show it to your teacher, senior, whoever you think can guide you, and every week whatever improvement they are telling you, you keep making them, right? In that 6 months, your answer writing should go from very bad answers to excellent answers. That will only happen if you write good amount of tests. I suggest write at least 1 to 2 mains test every week and study for it thoroughly. When it comes to writing answers, there are certain tricks and tips that you will find in a lot of places. I have also a similar advice to give you. Keep your answers in point format. Draw as many diagrams as time allows you. Draw as many flowchart, because you have to make your answer easy to understand. Think from the perspective of somebody who is checking answers all day long. So for that person, if your answer is easy to understand, वो जल्दी जल्दी आपका पेपर चेक कर पा रहा है और आपके पॉइंट्स जल्दी समझ पा रहा है, then you will get more marks. So you have to write very clearly. Don't write essays in your GS answers. Please write in points. Box everything that is important. Have a good amount of flow charts, diagrams, and pie chart in papers like GS3, where economy is there. You have ample amount of opportunity to put flow charts, pie charts, bar graphs. These kind of things will make your answer easy to understand, rather than saying that literacy has increased from this number to this number in a line. It's always better to draw a bar graph. That will make your answers much easier to understand. And these kind of improvements will come in that 6 month period that I am telling you about, where a mentor or a teacher or a senior is helping you through your answers. So please give a lot of focus to those 6 months. Towards December end and latest January, I suggest you shift to prelims. This is my suggestion. One disclaimer in this video: whatever I am suggesting to the best of my knowledge and as per my understanding. So there will obviously be different tweaks that you will make according to your journey and your level of preparation. But what I'm giving you is a general guidance that should really help you out, right? So next 6 months, from January till May, the May in which you have your exam, the first attempt that you are targeting, you spend those 5 6 months completely dedicated to prelims. There is no point of spending time on mains if you cannot clear prelims. So spend your time on prelims. This is an advice I was given by another person who had cleared prelims, and I cleared two prelims with this advice, which I am about to give you. If you can, please follow it dedicatedly. Write at least 100 to 150 prelims test if you can, and that is not very difficult because you have 5 months time. So even if you write one test every day, you will be able to write a good amount of tests. Even if you are writing alternate day tests, although if you are joining any prelim test series, they will be making you write one test every day. So you make sure that you solve all the paper that are out there, whatever is your capacity. I tell everybody, write as many as you can. And I will tell you why I am telling you this. Because right now, prelims is not very predictable. It is very, you don't know what to expect from prelims. It comes from a very large base of knowledge. So you cannot remember everything that is being asked there. But when you are writing that exam, there are two, three things that will help you. If you have written a lot of tests, you will be able to, you will not get afraid, first of all, when you see a difficult paper, which is mostly the case these days. Second, you will learn how to trust your gut, because everything you might have read at some point, but you have to be able to recollect it in exam. So at that point, if you are preparing, if you have done enough number of tests, you will build that muscle in your head that okay, okay, I read this, ये मैंने शायद वहाँ पढ़ा था, I think this is where the answer is going to be. So that, just like your body muscles, you build your brain muscles like that. You make you train them to recollect, and you train yourself and your gut to how do you want to trust your gut. So this will happen, and that is what you need to focus on, right? After you have done your prelims, you focus on mains. After that, the 2 months you get, I would suggest everybody to focus on current affairs, right? Current affairs in mains is of a different league. So those 2 months, I suggest to everybody that you join a current affair class, and they will be able to guide you very well for your mains exam, right? And those 2 months that you have, because your answer writing is already done last year, this is the time to revise and keep yourself updated on current affairs. And the more number of tests you write, whether it is for prelims or it is for mains, that will get you through this exam, right? I will discuss two, three things like note making and issue of revision, which everybody asks me कि इतना कैसे याद करें हम, इतना सारा पेपर में कैसे रिप्रोड्यूस करें. तो when it comes to notes, I say आप अपना टाइम सेव करिए, ठीक है? Don't make notes if it is not necessary. If your coaching material or your books are sufficing, please stick to that. Okay. And if you think that your coaching material is not good enough, or the place that you are referring your notes from is too large and you are not able to revise in the last moment, then you make notes. And you make notes in the first year itself, where you are doing your basic foundation courses. Okay. And when it comes to current affairs, there are different phases on following current affairs, right? What you can do is, when you are preparing for your GS foundation, your foundation course is going on, you stick to papers. Get in the habit of learning, get in the habit of following your editorials from Hindu or Indian Express. You get the hack of how people are writing, what kind of topics are in news, right? Don't go for the gossip news. Stick to your front page, back page, and your 2 3 pages of editorial. That is more than enough. And when you are in the testing zone 1 year before your exam, that's where you start following magazines. I would suggest pick up magazines that are smaller in size so that you are able to revise in the end. Because when you are giving your prelims, you don't have too much time. You are giving tests every day. You have to revise also. So you have less time for current affairs. So pick up magazines that are very, very efficient, right? Um, that you can revise at least 4 or 5 times before your prelims, and you should be at least updated on 1 year of current affairs. And when you are going for mains, because it is analytical, because you need a lot of information, much more information than prelims, I always suggest to go for a current affair class, because that will cover your basics till whatever current affair is going on and the analysis part of it. Because in prelims they will check your facts, in mains they will check your analytical skills, right? And the more number of tests you write for mains, the better you will be prepared and the faster you will be able to write. So many people have issues with writing fast. My only suggestion is write more tests and give yourself time. Initial 1 year it will be difficult, but as and when you write more and more tests, the more you are able to revise, and the more faster you recollect, the faster your answers will be. And when you are actually writing your mains, it is a different league in itself. So you need to make sure that at that point nothing will stop you from writing. So whatever speed you are writing it at home, you'll be writing much faster. So if you want to develop it, there is no shortcut. You need to write more tests. When it comes to books and what kind of places I referred my notes from, I will give you very simple advice. For GS, you stick to your coaching material, because they are pretty much same everywhere. They would have referred all the common books, whether it is Lakshmi Khan, Spectrum, and they would have made that material. So more or less, those materials are very good and they save your efforts. Already somebody has referred 5 books and they have made that material. Unless you have extra time, that you have started preparing very early in your college and you have a lot of time, then go for books. There are basic books like Lakshmi Kant's and Spectrum, these you can refer. But if you have less time, then I think any coaching material that people are generally suggesting to you is more than sufficient to cover your GS foundation, right? I would suggest you focus on previous year questions, because when you are doing previous year questions, whether it is for prelims, whether it is for mains, it will set your head right in that direction and it will prepare you for the type of themes that will come. Prelims you might not be able to predict, but mains you can predict. At least in the static area, you will know that these are the kind of themes that are being repeated every year. For example, in GS2, when you are doing polity, you know you will get a question on judiciary. You know you will get a question on federal relationship. You know you will get a question from society, whether it is women or elderly or SC/ST, whatever. So these themes get repeated every year and they get tweaked according to that year's current affair, so that you are able to analyze when you do previous year questions. Once you have cleared your mains, you have ample amount of time to prepare for your interview. For interview, I suggest going back to newspapers for current affair, because at that point you read as many newspapers as you can. And when you are preparing your DAF, you have to be very, very well versed with your DAF. uh, the DAF is based on your personal history, personal your graduation, education, all those things. And you have to be very, very meticulous about answering whatever you have written about yourself. That process is not very difficult. It is just knowing more about yourself. It is a very enjoyable process. And the more number of mocks you give, the more you understand about where you are lacking. um, I believe this covers most of it. I have covered current affairs. You start with basic newspapers. For prelims, you switch to magazine. And for mains, it's always good to have a class or at least stick to magazines. Both of them will do it for you. For interview, you have to again switch back to your newspaper. Notes and books also I have covered. I'll come to optional. My optional was sociology, and I was asked to address why I have chosen this optional, and that is because I simply chose this optional because I wanted to pick something that was a interesting, b not very vast syllabus to cover, and would be helpful to me in other GS exams. So for that, sociology was an ideal choice. I am from an engineering background. I could have gone for maths, physics, any of these type subjects. But I knew that when I would pick these subjects, they will take a lot of time to prepare and a lot of practice as well. And that is the reason I chose a subject like sociology. I found it very, very interesting. The subject matter was very interesting. It is not a very vast subject. You are able to finish it in less time, revise it very, very quickly. And that is why I have chosen sociology, and it has rewarded me very well. There is also ample amount of guidance available out there for sociology. When it comes to books, there are mostly two books that people refer for sociology. It is Harlambus or Ritzer. I referred to them when I was initially studying optional in my classes, but eventually, you once again, I suggest everybody to rely on your notes. If you have time, you read the books. Otherwise, if you have decent notes, they have come from different areas already. Your teacher has made the effort of reading all the books and compiling it for you. So stick to your notes. Please revise again and again and again. Any people who have issue with recollecting and people who have memory issues कि हमें याद नहीं आता है पेपर में लिखते समय, there is a simple answer to it. First is this guidance also I was given by somebody else, and I'm passing it along. First very important thing is don't change your source. Never change your source. If you have made notes, please stick to those notes. If those notes are not up to the mark, you can add paper to it and make them better. Add post-it notes, add more sheets to it, and keep improving them. Or if you are referring to your coaching book, please stick to that book. If the material is not very good, you can keep adding to it. But once you have studied one material, you need to stick to it because you have visual memory of that book. And if you keep looking at that one book again and again, 5 6 times you have looked at that book before your prelims, even if you don't remember exactly, you will remember that अरे इस पेज के इस corner पे I had highlighted it with this color. So that is how visual memory works. Please keep one source with you only and revise again and again, and make a habit of practicing recollection. वो कैसे कर सकते हैं? जैसे आप कोई भी मेंस का आंसर लिख रहे हैं, तो आप अगर आपके पास टाइम नहीं है, अगर टाइम है तो आप उसको लिख के करिए. इफ यू डोंट हैव टाइम, at least write the keywords. Don't keep the book in front of you when you are writing these answers. Try to remember from perhaps a class that happened 2 months ago. It's okay if you have not revised it recently. Try to recollect. The more you recollect, the more your brain muscle will develop that way. And with this practice, you will be able to recollect in your exams much faster. आप ये एक्सरसाइज करो, डेली बेसिस पे करो. वट एवर टॉपिक यू आर रीडिंग, जस्ट डोंट बिफोर रीडिंग इट आप उसमें ब्रेनस्टॉर्म कर लो कि मुझे इसमें क्या आता है. दिस ऑल्सो आई वॉज टोल्ड बाय अ वेरी गुड टीचर, एंड ही सेड दैट दिस इज व्हाट विल मेक योर मेमोरी बेटर. तो आप उसको ब्रेनस्टॉर्म कर लो दैट यू नो इफ आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट विमेन, सो आई नीड टू नो कि लिटरेसी कहाँ पे है, पर कैपिटा कहाँ पे है, व्हाट आर द बेसिक सोशल प्रॉब्लम्स, पॉलिटिकल प्रॉब्लम्स, इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम्स दैट women आर फेसिंग. आप ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करिए जो भी आपको याद आ रहा है, एंड देन यू ओपन योर बुक और योर नोट्स एंड सी व्हाट यू हैव मिस्ड एंड यू एड इट. By doing this exercise again and again, you will be able to recollect faster. and don't shy away from doing this exercise. I think with all this, I have covered most of what I had decided to. Uh, a few questions that I was asked to address was that how many hours one studies. I think you clock at least 8 hours every day minimum, and I mostly operate on target orientation, because I feel that you set your daily targets, that today I want to read this much, today I want to practice this much. If I have a test 1 week later, for example, and I know that I have to cover 30 chapters for it, or for example, for calculation, I say I have to study 28 chapters. So I know I have to study 4 chapters every day. So you divide your preparation like that, and you sit in the morning thinking that today I have to complete these 4 chapters. Now, if it takes less time, it takes less time. If it takes more time, then I will stretch myself as much as I can, and I will try to achieve this target. That should be your goal. But at least I feel you should clock in your 8 hours if possible, unless your health or other reasons don't allow. Please, because you need 8 hours of good sleep. You need 8 hours for yourself, and I think you need 8 hours for studying. That was my mantra, but it varies according to your load. When you are around your exams, obviously you study more number of hours, and when you have a little free time, then this might get less also. But you need to make sure that whatever targets you are setting for yourself, whatever planning that you have for your exam, that should be met at any cost. That grit and determination should be there. Other than that, I was asked why I feel I felt motivated for this exam. That is because I have always been brought up with the value that uh, whenever you are growing, whatever you are achieving in life, a lot of people contribute to it, whether it's your family or your society, or people in government or people in private sector, whatever it is. Your life is a combination of uh, many people's contribution. So I have always had that value growing up, that if you want to complete this circle of life, you must always contribute back. And that was my entire motivation, that I knew I had the capability, I knew I had the capacity and the potential to do something for this country, for my country. And that is what keeps me going every day. And one small thing my mother tells me every day, that even the birds on the trees, at the end of the day, are able to find food and survive. So you will also find food and survive, but you give yourself that chance, you bet on yourself, and you take this risk. And I am sure you can achieve a lot. So though these two things, they just keep me going. And another good advice that I have for you is that please keep good friends and families around you, because on hard days they are the ones who will get you through them, and they are those people who will believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself. So have good friends, good family, less but good core people around you, who push you every day. I was also asked to address whether one should have a plan B. I think it's a smart choice to have a plan B, because the success rate in this exam is very, very low. But another thing I say is that if you are committing to this, then please commit to it. Give your 2, 3 best years to this exam, and don't do two things at a time. Don't prepare for two different exams at a time. This is my suggestion, though it may be different for people जिनकी life के circumstances different हैं. But if possible, please commit to it seriously, because आपका time कम हो जाएगा तैयारी का. And plan B, if possible, you should keep one, but it should not interfere with your preparation, is what I am saying. Because then your preparation time will increase. But if your circumstances are not allowing you, then obviously things will be different. Your timeline will change. But if you have that luxury of choice, please make that choice. And I think I have covered most of the questions that I was asked to. I will look at the comments once and see if there are any questions, and I will answer them. I have been asked about my prelims strategy that I have already covered. Uh, Consistency in studying, you have to be, see, you have to be a little bit, you have to be very determined. That is why I suggested having that target policy, because that is what got me through 2 years. If you know in next 6 months you need to cover your entire mains answer writing, then you know that I need to give 1 month to GS. I need to give 1.5 month for GS1, 1.5 for GS2. That way I can complete four papers. So if you have 1.5 months for GS1, then you know you have this many weeks for history, this many for geography, and this many for society. That is how you divide your preparation. And when you start doing this, you will realize every day I have to cover these many chapters. And you focus on completing that target. Don't focus on the number of hours you are sitting. Don't focus on uh, other things. Just focus on your target and have a balanced life. You do not have to sacrifice everything. Yes, there is sacrifice. Yes, you have to give up on your social life, your family life also suffers. But it's okay. Find 1 2 hours for yourself every day. Go out, work out, whatever hobbies you like. I'm an Indian classical music vocalist, so whenever I had time, I did that. I love yoga, so whenever I had time, I have done that. So you keep finding time for yourself. Keep in touch with good people around you, uh, so that whenever you want to clear your head, you can do that. Polity uh, polity preparation, I think a good place to start is Lakshmikant. If you are comfortable with that book, uh, keep studying from the book, or you can shift to other coaching notes. But once you read the notes, you will realize most of the notes are extracted out of Lakshmikant only. So studying it, they see polity, there is not much to understand in polity. There is mostly what is important is revising it and recollecting it. So again, I am going back to my old advice: stick to one source. If you have picked up the book, then stick to the book. Highlight what is important. Every time you're reading, take a pencil and start underlining the words that you feel are very, very important and that should come in your answers. Highlight the articles you want to remember every time. Keep a rough sheet next to you whenever you are, if you are reading federal relationship, then these XYZ articles are something that must come in your exam. These committees must come in your answers. These kind of problems and the solutions that must, so keep scribbling every time you are reading. Scribble the keywords. The more you will scribble them, the more you will be more likely you'll be able to recollect them. What else? Yes, I think for optional, PYQ is the best source, because in sociology and even subjects like anthropology, I have found that questions keep coming on very similar themes. More repetition is observed in optional. So complete last 5 years PYQ for your optional, and that will really prepare you very well for your current exam. Other than that, if you have social studies subject, current affairs might, a few questions might come. But in papers like sociology, your PYQ preparation alone will get you through this exam. So please focus on PYQ. Tamil Nadu board is very good source for history, but I have also studied it. It is an excellent source. one suggestion I would do is that please make some notes out of it, because I think it's a very big book, and if you it gets difficult to revise it at the last moment. So make short notes out of it. And other than that, that book is excellent. Please go for it. It's a very good source. I have covered current affairs also. मेरी मिस्टेक्स आई थिंक जो मैंने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस भी की, इज़ दैट जब आप बेसिक्स ख़त्म करके आंसर राइटिंग पे चले जाते हो, तो उस टाइम पे आई स्टॉप गोइंग बैक टू बेसिक्स अलॉट। मतलब मैंने वो बार-बार जो आपको लक्ष्मीकांत पढ़नी चाहिए, अपने बेसिक नोट्स पढ़ने चाहिए, उसका आपको टाइम भी कम मिलता है, और आई थिंक आप उस पे जितना ज़्यादा रिलाय करोगे, जितना ज़्यादा उसको भी रिवाइज़ करोगे, वो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा आपके लिए। जो मैंने कम टाइम दिया, आई थिंक वो एक मिस्टेक थी। अदर देन दैट इंटरव्यू के टाइम पे मेरे कुछ मार्क्स लूज़ हुए थे, बिकॉज़ वही कुछ बेसिक टॉपिक्स के आंसर्स मुझे देने में प्रॉब्लम हुई थी। तो मेरा तो यही टेक अवे है फ्रॉम माय मिस्टेक, कि अपने बेसिक्स को बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग रखिए। अ शॉर्ट नोट्स बनाने चाहते हैं, देखो वन पेजर नोट्स या जो शॉर्ट नोट्स होते हैं ना, वो आप, मेरा सजेशन है, बनाइए अपने एग्ज़ाम से कुछ टाइम पहले ही। क्योंकि क्या होगा, इनिशियली आप जब जीएस कर रहे हो, आप अपने जो नोट्स बनाओगे, अ, वो क्या बोलते हैं, उसमें बहुत ऐसी इन्फॉर्मेशन होगी जो शायद एग्ज़ाम के लिए रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है। लेकिन वो आपको इनिशियली नहीं समझ में आएगा, वो आपको तभी समझ में आएगा जब आप प्रीवियस ईयर कर लोगे या बहुत सारी आंसर राइटिंग कर लोगे। तो उस टाइम पे आप जो है क्या बोलते हैं, वन्स आपने बहुत आंसर राइटिंग कर ली है ना, और आपका एग्ज़ाम आने वाला है 4 या 5 महीने में, मेंस है या 2, आपका प्रीलिम्स जस्ट खत्म हुआ है, तब आप बना लीजिए शॉर्ट नोट्स, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे 2 अच्छी चीज़ें होंगी। पहली चीज़, आपकी 1 साल 2 साल की तैयारी के बाद बहुत चीज़ें आपको याद हो चुकी होंगी, अच्छे से आपकी टिप्स पे होंगी। स्पेशली अगर आप प्रीलिम्स क्लियर कर रहे हो, तो आपकी टिप्स पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऑलरेडी हैं, तो वो आपको बार-बार पढ़ने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। तो आप वो चीज़ें अपने वन पेजर नोट्स जो हैं, उसमें से हटा सकते हैं। आपके जो छोटे नोट्स बनेंगे, जो मैंने बनाए थे अपने मेंस से जस्ट पहले, उसमें सिर्फ़ वैल्यू एडिशन मटीरियल आएगा। मतलब अगर मेरा पॉलिटी के नोट्स हैं, तो मैं उसमें पहले तो सारा डेटा लिख ले रही हूँ, जो-जो मुझे रिक्वायर्ड है। जो मेरे इम्पोर्टेंट आर्टिकल्स हैं, जो मुझे भूल जाते हैं, मैं वो लिख रही हूँ। कमिटीज़ के नाम मैं उसमें लिख के रख रही हूँ। बहुत सारे कीवर्ड्स हैं, जो मुझे कंक्लूजन में, इंट्रोडक्शन में हेल्प कर सकते हैं। विकसित भारत हो गया, एसडीजी हो गया, या फिर कीवर्ड्स जैसे किसी प्राइम मिनिस्टर के कोट्स हो गए, फॉरेन मिनिस्टर के कोट्स हो गए, या फिर बहुत सारे वेल नोन लोगों का नाम हो गया। जो चीज़ें आपको कंक्लूजन में वैल्यू एडिशन दे सकती हैं, फ्लो चार्ट हो गया, डायग्राम हो गया, ये चीज़ें आप अपने वन पेजर शॉर्ट नोट्स में बनाइए। बिकॉज़ जब आप पेपर से 1 दिन पहले बैठे होंगे, तो आपके पास पूरा सिलेबस पढ़ने का टाइम नहीं होगा, और आपको मैक्सिमम चीज़ें याद भी हो गई होंगी उस टाइम तक, जो जनरल चीज़ें होती हैं। लेकिन भूलते आप वो ये चीज़ें हो, जैसे अच्छे एग्ज़ाम्पल्स, फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल आप गवर्नेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, अ, ई गवर्नेंस की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आपके हाथ में होने चाहिए वो एग्ज़ाम्पल, कि ये एक्स-वाई-ज़ेड ऐप का नाम आप लिख रहे हो, ये वेबसाइट का नाम आप लिख रहे हो, ये गवर्नमेंट की सर्विस है, ग्रीवेंस रिड्रेसल के लिए सीपी ग्राम्स है, वो आपके हाथ में होने चाहिए। तो वो आप वन पेजर में बनाओ, क्योंकि पूरा सिलेबस अगर आप समरी करने लगोगे, तो वो वन पेजर या 2 पेजर नोट्स नहीं बनेंगे। ये वैल्यू एडिशन भी कम से कम 10 से 15 पेज का बनता है एक एग्ज़ाम का, जो मेरा केस था। तो मेरा यही सजेशन है, आप अपना बेसिक नोट्स इनिशियली प्रिपेयर कर लो, और जो ये बिल्कुल कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड नोट्स हैं, ये आप एग्ज़ाम से कुछ टाइम पहले बनाओ, क्योंकि उस टाइम तक आपको पता भी होगा कि एग्ज़ाम के लिए आपको क्या चाहिए, और आपको बहुत चीज़ें याद हो गई होंगी, तो आप उसको उसमें मत डालिए। या आपको ये भी पता चल जाएगा कि यार ये एरिया से क्वेश्चंस कम आते हैं, तो मुझे इस पे फ़ोकस करने की ज़्यादा ज़रूरत नहीं है। अ कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के लिए अ गुड सजेशन इज़ वॉचिंग मूवीज़ इज़ वेरी गुड। वो आपको हेल्प करेगा अंडरस्टैंड करने में। अनदर गुड थिंग इज़ आप किसी ऐसे पर्सन को ढूँढ लीजिए जो बहुत इंग्लिश बोलते हैं। इनिशियली स्कूल के टाइम पे मेरी इंग्लिश उतनी अच्छी नहीं थी, बट मेरे कुछ ऐसे फ्रेंड्स बने जो बहुत अच्छी इंग्लिश बोलते थे, तो उनके साथ रह के अच्छा-गलत जैसे भी आप बोलते हो आपकी प्रैक्टिस हो जाती है। लैंग्वेज का यही एक चीज़ है। दूसरा कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स आपको इंटरव्यू में चाहिए होती हैं एंड ट्रस्ट मी वो आपको लैंग्वेज के ऊपर बायस नहीं देते हैं। मतलब दे रिस्पेक्ट यू फॉर योर ऑनेस्टी। जो मीडियम में अगर आप हिंदी में बात करना चाहते हैं तो वहाँ पे हिंदी मीडियम भी अलाउड होता है और अगर आपकी इंग्लिश में प्रॉब्लम है उसकी वजह से आपके कोई मार्क्स कट नहीं होते हैं। ये उनकी इवन जो रूल्स हैं इंटरव्यू मार्क्स देने के उसमें भी क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है कि लैंग्वेज के बेसिस पे आप किसी को खराब मार्क्स नहीं देंगे। अगर आप वहाँ फैक्चुअल गलती करेंगे तो आपको हो सकता है कि आपका इंप्रेशन खराब हो, लेकिन कम्युनिकेशन आप जितना डेवलप कर सकते हैं उतना करिए। ऑलवेज़ अच्छा होता है, लेकिन इसका स्ट्रेस मत लीजिए बिकॉज़ इंटरव्यू बोर्ड्स आपकी नॉलेज, आपका एनालिसिस और आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग और ऑनेस्टी को एप्रिशिएट करते हैं। लैंग्वेज धीरे-धीरे बोलने से आप सीख सकते हो। अगेन अ गुड सजेशन इज़ वॉच इंग्लिश मूवीज़ इफ यू आर ट्राइंग टू इम्प्रूव योर इंग्लिश एंड talk with people more or there is I don't know if there is any third way. uh, डैफ में बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन तो आपकी अपनी होती है विच यू कैन नॉट चेंज वेदर इट इज़ योर एजुकेशन और योर प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ ऑल दैट दी ओनली प्लेस जहाँ पे आपको बहुत सोचना होता है इज़ योर हॉबी पेज एंड द प्राइस पेज। दो तीन चीज़ें हैं उसमें आपको ज़रूरी नहीं है कि पूरा वो पेज भरा ही होना चाहिए। आप वो ही लिखिए जो आप एक्चुअली में करते हैं। नई हॉबीज़ नहीं डेवलप करिए अनलेस आपको लग रहा है कि बिल्कुल ही मेरा पूरा ही पेज खाली है। वहाँ कम भी होगा, नोबडी विल क्वेश्चन इट। लेकिन अगर आप वहाँ कुछ लिख देंगे और आप उसे डिफेंड नहीं कर पा रहे हैं कि मैं तो पोएट्री का बहुत शौकीन हूँ एंड देन दे आस्क यू कि यार आप सुना दो या दे टेल you a very because those people are very well read and very cultured, so they might say a poetry from there and then ask you कि ये किसने लिखा है and you might not be able to defend it. So उसमें यही होता है, please write very honestly and जो भी लिखा है उसको अच्छे से पढ़ लो। इसका स्ट्रेस ज़्यादा नहीं लेना है कि कम लिखा है या ज़्यादा लिखा है। वेदर इट इज़ योर हॉबीज़, वेदर इट वाज़ द प्राइजेज़ दैट यू गॉट या आपकी कॉलेज में पोजीशन रही थी, नहीं रही थी, कुछ ज़बरदस्ती क्रिएट नहीं करना है और जो भी लिखना है ऑनेस्टली लिखना है एंड उसको अच्छे से डिफेंड करने के लिए आप प्रिपेयर करो। बाकी एरियाज़ इन डैफ आर मोस्टली information you cannot change too much about and cadre preferences, all these things are also very variable person to person. यार आई सॉ अ कमेंट अबाउट व्हाट मोटिवेट्स यू कि आप ये चीज़ जल्दी अचीव करें। व्हाट मोटिवेटेड मी वाज़ कि आई वांटेड अ लॉन्ग लॉन्ग सर्विस। मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि मैं 35-36 साल की सर्विस मेरे पास रहेगी तो मैं एक्चुअली उस पोज़ीशन पे रीच कर पाऊँगी जहाँ पे आई विल बी एबल टू इन्फ्लुएंस मेनी 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 लाइफ। और अगर आपने डिसाइड कर लिया है कि आपको यही करना है तो 2 साल इधर-उधर वेस्ट करना, सोचना कि मैं जॉब कर लेती हूँ या it does not that is what kept me going that I want to get in early and get out very early. तो वो एक फ़ोकस्ड पर्सपेक्टिव था। I did not sit for placements because I had that choice and यही था मेरा कि I want a long service. How to improve communication? My optional was sociology. I have discussed sociology. See, right now we are in September. So you spend next 5 months on your means answer writing. September, October, November, December, 4 months, sorry. So it is more than sufficient आई वुड ऑलवेज से टू स्पेंड 6 मंथ्स, बट अभी राइट नाउ जो भी टाइम आपके पास है आप उसको कवर करिए। हर महीने में एक जीएस का पेपर कवर करो आप, और जितने टेस्ट आप लिख सकते हो एटलीस्ट हफ्ते में एक टेस्ट आप लिखो मेंस का। और यस, इट शुड बी सफिशिएंट। थोड़ा सा हेक्टिक शेड्यूल रहेगा बट यू शुड बी एबल टू डू, एंड प्लीज शिफ्ट टू प्रीलिम्स इन जनवरी। देर आर डेज व्हेन यू फील डीमोटिवेटेड कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, दिस इज़ टू मच, एंड इट इज़ वेरी नॉर्मल कि आउट ऑफ 30 days 10 days यू डोंट फील लाइक स्टडिंग। सो देन यू सी कि आपके पास कितनी लग्जरी है टाइम की। अगर आपका पेपर 6 महीने दूर है, इट्स ओके टू टेक 1 day 2 day का ब्रेक। आई ऑल्सो सजेस्ट कि जब पेपर बिल्कुल पास में नहीं आ रहा है, आप हफ्ते में एक दिन छुट्टी रखो अपने लिए, संडे के दिन या मंडे का दिन जो भी आपको लगता है। एक दिन आप एग्जाम से, अपने पेपर से छुट्टी रख लो, अखबार पढ़ लीजिए बस, राइट। what when you feel like कि मुझसे नहीं होगा, call a friend. A good friend will tell you that it's okay. If you don't believe in yourself, I will believe in you. I know you can do it. Call your parents, call people who support you and who believe in you. They will motivate you. And take regular breaks. I think that will keep you going. And listen to, I think music really helped me. You listen to good music, you listen to motivational songs, they will change your mood from very low to very high in just 2 minutes. So that is also one thing you can do. I have discussed this. Please put in 8 hours for yourself, 8 hours for your sleep, and 8 hours uh, टू स्टडी एटलीस्ट। एंड दिस विल कीप चेंजिंग, क्योंकि अगर आपका एग्ज़ाम पास में है, हो सकता है आप 12 घंटे भी पढ़ रहे हो। आई थिंक नंबर ऑफ आवर्स डज नॉट मैटर, आपका टारगेट मैटर करता है। कुछ लोग बहुत फास्ट होते हैं पढ़ने में, तो वो 4 चैप्टर्स जो हैं वो 4 घंटे में भी कवर कर लेते हैं। कुछ लोगों को ज़्यादा टाइम लगता है। तो मेरा सजेशन है टारगेट ओरिएंटेड रहने का, जो कि जैसे मैंने ऑलरेडी डिस्कस किया कि आपका काम पूरा हो जाना चाहिए। अगर आपको टाइम ज़्यादा लगता है तो आप ज़्यादा टाइम दीजिए, अगर आपको कम टाइम लगता है तो आप फिर उतने टाइम में और काम कर सकते हैं। बट एक डिसेंट अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम आप पढ़ाई को दीजिए। देयर इज़ नो फिक्स्ड आंसर फॉर नंबर ऑफ आवर्स। ओके, आई थिंक जो भी क्वेश्चंस अभी आ रहे हैं, आई थिंक पीपल माइट हैव जॉइंड अ लिटिल लेट। आई हैव कवर्ड एवरीथिंग दैट इज़ बीइंग आस्क्ड राइट नाउ, एंड आई बिलीव ये वीडियो अवेलेबल रहेगी बाद में देखने के लिए भी, तो आप कवर कर सकते हैं वो सारी चीज़ें। आई हैव डिस्कस्ड ऑप्शनल, पॉलिटी भी मैं डिस्कस कर चुकी हूँ, एंड यस, आई डोंट think there is anything else padhai related left out here to discuss. Yes. All right. I think this about covers everything for today, and I hope I was able to help you guys out. Please, once again, whatever the new comments are coming, I think I've covered most of the areas that are important, because I've been giving out this advice for many days now, and I usually know what kind of doubts people have, and I hope I was helpful. Again, two, three things I would say. Please, this is not the only path to success. You decide what suits you and you make your journey accordingly. But keep taking advice from good people and tweak it to your own understanding and your own journey, and dream big. That is what I tell everybody. There is no cost on dreaming big, and I wish you all the very best from the bottom of my heart. I hope you all achieve whatever you have set out to achieve. And yes, that's it. I think have a wonderful evening, and Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you very much.